everybody, back again with another video today. This is actually filmed on the same day that I filmed the TED new leaked information that he discussed in my comments. So that's why I look the same. Meg Gears is still here. Haven't even filmed her video yet. So yeah, it's not that, don't mind. Today I just want to talk about something. I don't know how in depth I'm going to go with this video, but we're just going to talk about stuff with sort of casting and stuff. Today I want to talk about writing credits and stuff for Godzilla vs. Kong. I have them pulled up right here. I did a little bit of looking into it before I came in, and the reason I brought this up because someone was bringing it up I saw someone bring it up that apparently there's a new screenplay writer on it now, and apparently he's new and at it just in time for the film being delayed, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember if I've ever seen him or not. I would have to go, I genuinely don't know if I've seen him on here or not. So he's definitely going to get talked about. I would have to go to D-Man's video talking about the cast and stuff. I know he made one. Maybe he mentioned him there. I don't know. Someone was telling me this guy's new. Again, I haven't seen him on here yet. In fact, when you search, his name's Erik Pearson. In fact, when you look him up on Google, everyone else, for the most part that I saw, they get a credit for Godzilla vs. Kong on Google, I think, except this guy. Basically, we know the film's directed by Adam Wingard. He's worked on films such as the Blair Witch Project remake. He worked on the live-action Death Note movie that no one liked. He made The Guest, You're Next, which I'm pretty sure You're Next is a huge film. And he even had a short film in the 2012 VHS film. It was a horror movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's actually, from what I've heard, one of the most scary movies or whatever. Or something like that. He had one in both. He made one of those. Basically, a VHS. It's not even important. Never mind. But he made a small section of the film. We'll just say that. He also did that for ABC's of Death, and he's had several other shorts and stuff. But those are some of his big credits. He also announced I Saw the Devil. That's another movie. He's a horror movie director. I think this might be actually his first time not doing a horror film, which is really interesting. We have some returning writers and stuff. So we knew Michael and Zack Shields, they were coming on to rewrite the film. I'm hoping they're coming on just to rewrite the monster characters and stuff. I hope they're not doing a big rewrite and they ruin the human characters or something. I think they're coming on, though, they said, to help connect the films together. Michael, he has the writing credit for Godzilla King of the Monsters, because the director usually works with the writers and stuff, and they help write it. Zack Shields wrote King of the Monsters, too. And these two have actually been a pair. They made Krampus together. Krampus, however you want to pronounce it. And Trick or Treat together. Michael's worked on stuff like Superman Returns, some of the X-Men movies, and he's had some other projects over the years. Zack Shields, actually, let me look real quick. I'm not sure what all he worked on. He did the soundtrack for The Conjuring. That's kind of interesting. He can do a soundtrack. He actually did he did a few shorts. He doesn't have a lot of writing credits. Oh, those are producing credits. Okay. He wrote Krampus, though. He wrote King of the Monsters. He did the screenplay and stuff for King of the Monsters. He's doing the story for Godzilla vs. Kong. Like I said, they're the story writers, Michael and what's it called? Michael and Zack Shields. I'm on his IMDb. They did the stories for Godzilla vs. Kong. So there's 3 story writers. Now the third one I haven't talked about yet is Terry Rosio. I'm not bad with names. Rossio. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad with names. I always feel bad. I believe he's going to be the main writer. And in case you know, this guy has a lot of credits. A lot. Some bad might be to you guys. I don't know. I'll go through him real quick. He wrote I think he wrote all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Which that's already big. He wrote Shrek the musical or something. I don't know. Don't mind that. He wrote the Lone Ranger remake that came out, I think, in 2011 or something. I think it's one with Chris Pratt. I don't remember. Apparently, he wrote Lego Pirates of the Caribbean 2 or something. Or I don't know if they just credit that because, like, when they make something based off something, I'm not sure how they do it. So, oh yeah, that is what that means. So when it says uncredited and stuff, yeah, it just means he didn't write it. He got uncredited. He wrote the Aladdin TV series, or no, it's just characters. I don't know, but he wrote the original Shrek. He wrote the animated Aladdin movie, Little Monsters. Let me get on Google for him because for some reason IMDb is really weird with his credits. But yeah, he wrote the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like I said. He wrote the Lone Ranger remake, the original Shrek. He wrote the Mask of Zorro or whatever. I've heard of that movie. Small Soldiers. If you don't remember that toy movie, that came out in the 90s. National Treasure, Treasure Planet, Legend of Zorro, a recent one, Deja Vu, the big one. He has a credit in Godzilla 1998. Now, I actually looked into it. I don't think he had a big writing credit in 1998. In fact, I don't even think he worked on 98 itself, like the actual 98 movie. I think he just wrote, because they based off his script, he wrote the, 94 version of the 98 film, which is, the one that was more faithful and people like, I guess. He was the one who wrote the one that had, the baby Godzilla and they fought the Griffin or something. I forget which one it is. There's so many different versions of the 94 one. I think he might have worked on the one that the Godzilla fought the Griffin too. So if you ever read any of those scripts and stuff, I believe he was the main writer until Dean Devlin came in and made 98 with Roland Emmerich. So yeah, don't worry about him. He doesn't have a big credit, I don't think, for 98 for people who were freaking out about that. In fact, I think he just wrote the basically the stuff they based 98 off, kinda very vague based off, so not at all, but it's getting turned into a comic book series stuff. So he just wrote the scripts, the pre-scripts, the ones they didn't use and stuff, I guess you could say. Max Borenstein. Okay, so those were the story writers. So Max Borenstein is the screenplay. You guys should know who Max Borenstein is. I'm not going to go through all of his credits. If you guys don't know who Max Borenstein is, he has done the screenplay for literally all the Monsterverse movies. Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, and King of the Monsters. So he's very well known. So you guys basically already have his trust or not. It's basically you guys know who he is. You've seen his works. If you're here, you've probably seen all of his Monsterverse works. So you know what to expect probably from him. Obviously he's a screenplay writer. Screenplay and story writers, I think, have a little bit of a different job. I think story writers do the main script, or the screenplay writers basically bring it to the screen. I don't know the exact difference. I know it's not a script per se. It's kind of like a script, but scripts are more for theater, I'm pretty sure. Screenplay is for a movie. I think basically they're the ones that help with the actors and stuff too, and they basically write how the actors need to act and stuff like that, I think. I forget it. I was looking up on it. But here's the thing. The guy who's I think's a new credit, he just came on there recently from what mentioned me, someone named Erik Pearson. Now, I've never heard of this guy before. He doesn't have too many credits, but that's why I think he might be new. Like, I don't remember, like, I didn't see him on here anytime, last time I checked on here. So if he was, just tell me, you know. Maybe I'm just making a big deal about something that's not. I'm not even making a big deal about it. I'm just talking about the screenplay writers. His credits, he doesn't have much. He worked on like 4 different Marvel mini shorts. They're not important. They're just shorts. He has two big credits with us though. He worked heavily on the Agent Carter TV series. I know that was a really big series people liked. It was a Marvel series that did Agent Carter. He was executive story editor for 5 episodes in 2016. 3 episodes were written by him, 2015 through 2016. They have credit at what episodes. He was a story editor for 2 episodes, 2015. The episodes he worked on was for these are the executive story editor ones. An episode called Hollywood Ending, A Little Song and Dance, The Edge of Mystery, Monsters, and Life of the Party. And Life of the Party, not only was he executive story editor, but he also wrote it. He also wrote an episode called A View in the Dark, and he was a story editor for one called Time and Tide. It's like time, like counting, and then tide, like the ocean. If you watch the show, you know what episodes these are better than I do, probably. I never watched Agent Carter, so I can't give my opinion. And this last one, he was story editor, and he wrote it. It was called Bridge and Tunnel. And his big credit, this is the only major credit that I know of, he is credited as the writer of Thor Ragnarok. I'm going to check real quick, actually, something on Thor, but his big credit is Thor Ragnarok, and that's his big writing credit. Actually trying to look right now and see what position he played on Thor Ragnarok, but because I'm trying to see, because I wanted to see if like he wrote. Okay, yeah, I think he was the main writer. He worked with a couple other writers, and everyone else kind of was just like not really there. That's credited, but he was the main writer. If you like Thor Ragnarok or Agent Carter episodes, you know, there you go. There's your opinion of him already. If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, if you want my opinion, I thought Thor Ragnarok was a really fun movie and stuff. I think it had some issues. I didn't like how Thor or Hulk was kind of a little bitch in it. But other than that, and like what they did with Hulk's character, but the director probably had to do with that too. Plus, it was Thor movie, and they had set up for the universe stuff. It's a hard job on the Marvel writers, I'm sure. But overall, though, the film was really beautiful. It had a lot of great scenes, a lot of fun action scenes, some really major highlights in that film. The fight scenes were well written, choreographed, amazing. They were such fun, and had some epic moments. I'm assuming if they're bringing him on here, if he is new after all, I don't know why they brought him on so late, unless they're going to do a big rewrite, which, if you saw my video from a few days ago where Universal has a big issue with what they're doing with this film, I'm not going to say the spoilers here, but if that's the case, you know, he might be coming on to completely rewrite it and try to fix it and get some stuff out so Universal doesn't have an issue, but I don't see them doing that. Like, it sounds like it's so late in production, I don't see them completely redoing it, but basically, that's your full writing credits, director. That's all your credits. Just some information on who's making the movie. So, whether you guys feel faithful or not, let me know. Do you guys have any opinions on this? If not, I don't care. But yeah, there you go. There's all your. There's some credits for you guys. For anyone interested in who was writing the film and stuff, you know, there you go. Other than that, there's nothing else really to talk about that I know of. I'm kind of just looking at some of the other information, like the release dates. Gojira, King Kong. Yeah. They're actually putting Godzilla's name first. So in Japan, it's gonna be called Godzilla vs. King Kong, since the Gojira Tia King Gukangu. Huh. Anyways, that's not even part of this video. I was just like, why are they calling it King Kong? But yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, as always, please share and subscribe. As always, peace. Bye bye. Mega Gears.